deadheading, I recognize either a fully spent bloom or one that is almost gone. What you look for is for a 5-leaf. And what that is a good indicator of a budlet. That's where a new branch will form or a new flower will come out. The reason why we deadhead roses is it helps with the energy. The amount of energy a rose is putting into making a seed to make new roses. So what you do is when you deadhead a flower, you get rid of all those seeds that were forming, so it pushes out a lot more blooms. Continue that process, your roses will continue to have flowers. Partially what goes into this when you're deadheading is, if you notice a stalk like this, it's got no blooms on it, it's kind of just sticking out, doesn't really make sense. What I'll do, I'll come in and I'll just completely cut that away to make the shape of the plant make more sense. And this is really not super important where you cut it. Typically you want to cut it close, you kind of want to hide your cut in the foliage. But the idea is, if it was sticking out and it was ugly, you don't really want it to grow back. So kind of just cut it back about a 1/4 inch from where it meets. That way it can heal over and be somewhat hidden by the plant itself. This is not a hard prune. This is more in the idea of shaping the plant and having a pleasing look. And it's something that doesn't take a whole lot of time, and you're already have your pruners out and you're already pruning the plant. And once you get into the flow of it, the habit of doing it, it's something super simple. It's just a couple of cuts, it's already in your hand and it's in your bucket. And really it does a lot for the plant, the way it looks, and it really does not cost you that much time. Roses, anything with thorns, I cut down the stalks so they'll fit in the bucket easier. If they fit into the bucket easier, they fit into the garbage can easier, and I'm not struggling to smash down all the debris when the bin inevitably fills up. Things like roses, plants with thorns, if you're trying to smash something down, the chances you're going to get poked or cut highly increase. So I just do myself a little favor, make a couple little cuts, throw it in the bucket. What I'll do is I'll palm. If it's completely lost all its petals, then that's fine, but what I'll do is, to keep from making any further mess, I'll palm the whole flower. And what I'll do is I'll cut at the 5. In certain states, they want you to cut at an angle, but because we're in sunny California, we don't get rain that much, and really it's not super important to cut at an angle. The reason why we cut at an angle, because it'll heal an angle, and it kind of gives it like a roof effect where the water will run off. If you cut it flat, it can heal and have a little divot in it, and then more water can rest. And when the conditions are right for a disease, it could foster a disease. This is what is becoming what is called rose hips. Some people make tea out of it, most people don't. This is getting to the point where the seed is fully forming. This is basically the fruit of the rose plant. This is where all the energy goes. This is what we try to prevent by pruning, is instead of putting energy into making the fruit, it's making new flowers. You start seeing seeds. What these will do is another situation where we'll have volunteer issues. The plant makes the fruit feeds the seeds. They don't just make one seed, they make a bunch of them, so that it has more likely a chance of reproducing. Plants do it themselves, or sometimes animals will come by and they take the fruit and they eat it, and they leave us the nice seeds in a spot.